Ghosts and spirits. What do you believe? Sightings, stories, and reports of paranormal activity have existed for hundreds and thousands of years, ranging from modern day ghost hunting equipment and professional ghost investigations to witchcraft and satanic rituals dating back all the way to 1400s. If you look deeper into worldwide culture and beliefs, the idea of spiritual beings and ghosts are an extremely common occurrence, especially when it comes to mythology and folklore. Entities such as banshees, poltergeists, and onryos are all examples of widely believed in supernatural beings. Stories of black eyed children, demonic possessions, and satanic phenomenons fuel the pure thrill and terror that comes with investigating the supernatural. Luckily, that's not quite what this documentary is about. Horror is an increasingly popular genre, and the idea of ghosts are mainly created and faked within the media via editing skills and visual trickery for that social attention. Hence why a large majority of the population fail to believe in any form of spiritualism. However, there is a large misconception with regards to spirits and ghosts, not to mention that spiritualism has different forms. Spiritualism is more focused on the emotional and physical connection with the dead through forms of communication devices and the help of mediums. That being said, spiritualism is an entire minefield that comes with polar opposite opinions, leaving society with suspicion, curiosity, and questions. What evidence is there? And what is the true deeper meaning? Why do people feel so strongly about their opinions? Let's find out a little more.
Hello, my name's Ollie Worth. Personally, with spirits and ghosts, there's links in with both of them. I think there's definitely something there. What I personally believe is they're like echoes from different like dimensions or something. Like if you believe in the theory that all time runs at the same time, I believe those 2 points in time can sometimes touch, and that like bleeds in, you know, apparitions of people. Since if all time does run at the same time, the reason why we often see ghosts doing the same thing is because it's sort of like a locked period in time that just keeps on bumping into each other.
Have you ever had any type of supernatural event happen to you?
I've had a few experiences with seeing like lights in the sky that don't look very human, like moving around weirdly. I once saw it looked like a giant triangle, like with dotted corners. They were lit up, moving across the sky. That was a bit weird, but I wouldn't call that supernatural. But apart from that, I've not really experienced anything like that. But it doesn't stop me believing.
Yeah.
Since there's so many videos out there of stuff happening, so many tales of stuff happening, and even written far back in history, there's stuff of people saying, you know, they've seen stuff that's unexplainable. I just think it's too much to be a coincidence. And consider it, if you take something like dragons, for example, it's written like as tales in history, but we don't see them nowadays. Whereas ghosts, there's actually, you know, people who've said they've seen them. People in my family have said they've seen them. It's, you know, I just think there's too much evidence there to say there's nothing, you know. I think there's definitely something. It's just, you know, what that something is.
Mm-hmm. Do you think paranormal activity and spiritualism is represented well in the media?
No. I think either the media, mainstream media, says it's completely false a lot of the time, and I think that's a bad outlook to have in general with everything. And the you know, alternate media that says ghosts are real oftentimes is really exaggerated, and they report on false things. So there's not really a happy medium of, you know, what's false and what's true. I think the media represents it just either over the top or saying it's not there at all.
Mm-hmm. And do you believe this impacts the percentage of people who don't believe?
Yeah, I think it can impact them both ways. I think if the media represents it as, you know, being completely false, a lot of people will just, you know, nod their head and say, yeah, I think what the media thinks, you know, and say it's completely false. But also, alternate media that reports on basically anything that's ghost related, even if it's, you know, blatantly obvious that it's fake, that can impact people's opinion on whether they believe in it. You know, a lot of people would just, you know, believe in it out of ignorance.
A very big thank you to Ollie for doing this interview, and thank you all for watching. This topic runs deep in my family, so just have a think to yourself. What do you believe? What's your story?